Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, you lovely lot. And today it's all about your fat loss. We want to know
if you've got it nailed
or hashtag failed.
So we're going to give you a few examples of where we think people have got it nailed and where we think people have failed.
Point number one is simply low fat, zero fat, reduced fat. We normally say full fat is better. Try not to go for these low fat alternatives. You don't need to cut your fat down to 0%. You need to have fat in your diet. One of the most important things is it regulates your hormones, and also most people that we come across, when they actually reduce their fat and end up having fat-free alternatives or low-fat alternatives, mean they end up eating more calories in a day.
More sugar.
Loads of sugar means a massive spike, and it also means a massive trough, and the only way you're going to get out of that trough is by another spike, and you're going to go up and down all day long. So we normally say stick with the full fat, have a little bit less, and you won't be getting the massive spikes. Failed. Fad diets. We're not a massive fan, purely because anyone living on restricted calories for a long period of time is first of all going to be completely shattered, and also in our life, how many of us have got the time to sit there and count what we're eating, put it into a scale every single day, and then go,
it's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable.
It's so simple. If you eat good foods, it's so, like meat and veg, it's very hard to overtake on calories. I mean, if you massive plate of veg, not many calories in that. Meat's going to have a little bit more, but compare that to a very small ready-baked meal or a chocolate bar, the quantity of food and most importantly the nutrients you're getting from your big nice meal compared to that processed shite, it's going to have a big impact on you, and it's a slippery slope down to metabolic damage. I know people talk about that all the time at the moment, so I'm not going to go into it, but I've had a client who's recently in that situation, that led to depression and everything, just because, I'm not going to shame to say it, because of the Cambridge diet. I'm 500 calories a day, it's a joke. Fail. So after that rather long-winded and dull note, we're going to move on to stuff a little bit positive, where we think people are nailing it and they're doing the right things and they're moving in the correct way to get the body composition goals that they're looking for.
Point number one, simply, is HIIT training. In my opinion, it's fantastic. So if you haven't heard of it before,
sprints.
Basically sprints, high intensity interval training. You may see people in the treadmill going really fast, then really slow, like really fast, really fast. That is HIIT training. You can get it done in 10 to 15 minutes. Basically, my point is long periods of time on the treadmill, 40, 50, 60 minutes, jogging or walking. You should only be doing that if that's what you enjoy doing. If you enjoy jogging, it just really clears your mind and it sorts you out, then fair play, or you're a runner. You know, you've got to be running that distance. But if it's just about general fat loss, general population, we normally say condense the workout, make it hard, and make it short. It stresses the system, but it stresses it for a lot shorter period of time, gives you much better results. So if you're doing that, you're hashtag nailing it.
One place I think people are nailing at the moment, and I'm going to give a little shout out here, thanks to Ben Coomer's podcast, who did a video with us recently. He always talks about this. I think he is bored of talking about it now, he talks about it so much. But carbohydrate timing, people using carbohydrates efficiently as a fuel source for their body. You don't need all the fuel, it's going to be wasted and potentially turn to fat. So an example of this is, say an average office worker all day, they're not going to do much for the day, they're going to sit at the desk, walk around the office maybe once or twice, not really using a great amount of energy. So there's no point them having a huge carb meal in the morning. So let's say they have tons of cereals, they have toast, they might have whatever they have. They're going to take up all this glycogen and carbohydrates, and they're not going to burn it off, so it's just going to turn to fat. So what I would probably do is I'd have it at better times. I'd probably keep a high protein, high fat diet in the morning if that suits me, and that way I can just keep steadily running off my fat sources, and then I'd train and post-workout at night time, then I'd carb up, ready for the next day. It's all different to everyone's lifestyle and what their job orientates and how busy they are, and basically if you're an athlete it's going to change, but it's really something that's worth looking into. When's the most efficient time for you to take on your carbs?
Good point.
Thank you. Boom! Nailed.
So our last point we're both going to share again, it's a really simple one, but you'll be shocked at how effective it is.
So effective.
It's pictures and the right people, right place around you. Your surroundings make so much difference to your training. If you're trying to do fat loss, you want to be taking regular photos, monthly photos, just so you can track your progress, because every single day you look at yourself and go, I'm having a crap day, I feel really fat today. Or you feel really, you know, we're having it all the time, I feel really skinny today, because we're trying to get a little bit bigger. But if you have a photo, the way you look at that photo is never going to change. You know, the way your body looked on that photo a month ago is never going to change. Whereas you can stand in front of the mirror from one day to the next and go, I look amazing today, and the next day, I can't even look at myself.
I think he's absolutely right. It's about having a good supporting network around. You don't want people who are going to go at lunchtime, what are you eating that for? You're a guinea pig or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Like, me and Leon quite happily and open to say that there's a lot of people in life that give you nothing but take a lot from you. Like, it might not be physical things. It might not. They might just feed off your encouragement. They feed on off your drive and your positivity, and they don't really give you anything back. And at the end of the day, that ends up just taking away from your own drive and your own positivity.
And one of the most important points is it's really hard for us, especially as guys, to compliment each other. If he's doing well in the gym, I'm going to say to him, mate, you look awesome, well done. You'll be surprised, you know, if you turn around and just compliment someone every now and again, or maybe even just compliment yourself, you'll be shocked at how much that will actually come back, and it has a chain reaction, and it'll make you feel pretty awesome. And as long as you don't go, oh my god, I look amazing every time I see myself in the mirror, you're all good. You just got to keep it intact.
So on that note, I think we have talked enough. What we want you guys to do is follow us on Twitter. We are at the Lean Machines, and we want you to either hashtag nailed or failed and let us know where you're failing, where you're nailing it. Leave the comments and hashtags below as well on the YouTube comments page. Leave us any questions you want, and we'll be more than happy to answer as many as we can. When this goes live, one of us will be around to answer all your questions. And apart from that, all there is to say is keep doing what you're doing, guys. If you haven't started yet, use this video as your motivation to pick your bum up and get yourself working. Thank you so much for continuously watching our videos. We think you guys are great, and we really appreciate it. And apart from that, have a great week.
Yeah,
see you soon.
Next week.
Bye bye.